Well, the next function is the row function. This function specifies the row number of a certain cell. This function has an argument called reference, which is the cell you want to know the row number of. My friends, this argument is optional. Here we have another function called colon, and this function specifies the colon number of a certain cell. This function also has an argument called reference, which is the cell whose colon number you want to know. This argument is optional. Well, let's see the use of these two functions in the example. See, for example, here we write row and enter A1, and you'll see it shows us number 1. And now if we write row for cell C6, as you can see, it will show us the number 6. So guys, as you noticed, row is a function that shows us the next row number. It is enough to enter the desired cell to show us its row. Now, if we copy the row function in this cell down, it will display like this. But if we copy forward, it shows only the number of the same line, like B1 and C1. Now, let's see the use of the colon command. Here we write colon and enter cell A1. You will see it shows us the colon number. And now, as you can see, if we copy this cell down, all cells will show colon A number. And after that, if we copy it forward, it will show like this. My friends, be careful. The point here is that the row and colon functions are used when you need a counter inside a function. But what does the counter mean? See, for example, we have a table here. In this table, we want to write a formula that when we will look up the cell and copy it down, Excel will automatically recognize this cell and show us the information about them. Here we enter the VLOOKUP formula, select the desired cell, and then select the desired table so that it shows us the result from the second column. And the last one is 0. And now we press enter. The point here is that when we copy the cell down, it doesn't show the correct information. So, my friends, we need to modify the formula. But what should we exactly do? For this, in the lookup value section, we make cell C2 absolute. Now, we copy the cell downwards. But in the next row, the numbers should be changed. For example, here it should be colon 3. And the next one, it should be colon 4. And we should continue the same work until the end. So we need to make a change here so that when we copy this cell, these colon numbers will change automatically. We need a counter here, my friends. The formula that counts and is added to this section, and the only command that can act as a counter in the heart of another function is either the row command or the colon command. Now here, because we want to copy down, we need to use the row function. Why should we use the row function? See here, if you pay attention, the row function creates the counter when we copy it downward. But the colon function creates the counter when it's copied horizontally? Well, as we mentioned in the previous part, in this table, because it's going to be copied down, so we need the row counter. So we write the formula like this. We look up, we select the desired cell, we also select the table. We enter the row function. Which row do we need to count for us? My friends, note that here the row function has nothing to do with VLOOKUP when we want to select a row from inside the table. We can select the cell from anywhere. It just has to be row 2. For example, here we enter A2. And for the last argument, as we mentioned before, we enter the number 0. Now we press enter and copy the cell down. And now you'll see it's showing us the correct information. And the reason for this is that it automatically changes this part. But we can do this in another way. It's enough to enter the count A function instead of the row function in this formula. Now, why count A? Because here we have text. Guys, see, we write like this. Count A for these two cells. Now we make the beginning absolute. Now we hit enter and copy the cell down. And you will see it will display the information to us. As you can see, you can solve things in whatever way you find most convenient. We express different methods to go deeper into the issues so that for those users who have a higher level, this course becomes more attractive and they can challenge the issues. Now let's go back to our example. My friends, in real examples and real environment, this information may not be in order. That is, in this table, it's displayed in the same order as written in this table. That's why in this example, we use the row or count A function because our numbers were ascending. But in some cases, these columns are moved and in the same order as they are here. In this table, they are not in that order. And this is the same as the real environment, because in the real environment, we have no order. In these cases, we need a function that goes to the position of row and count A and measures the position of that cell and shows us. See, we have a command called match, which we will explain in the next part. So stay with us.